Good evening, everybody. Good evening. Oh, some people trending live TV. It's morning where you are. Good morning as well. This is your girl, Miss Bev, with yet another video. Guys, the social media is just like so saturated on this immigration thing that is going on. And, there are people who are saying, well, Obama deported and this one deported and everybody deported. But you know what? This time it is just so harsh. It just seems so very brutal. And so from time to time I'm giving little things, little nuggets here and there, and tonight I'm looking at myself and I'm thinking about all the old people out there, the older people, the golden agers who have been exploited for these green cards as well. And so I just wanted to do a quick little thing. I was taking some notes today and from last night, I went to my bed and I was just there, like after reading and stuff like that. I was just there taking some notes, like, older people, they're lonely, they are happy if somebody comes around, and they do things so innocently, they're so giving, expecting nothing in return. And yes, you have those who are going to take advantage, or who have taken advantage, or who are still taking advantage. And so tonight I wanted to just quickly talk about the exploitation of the elders, and the hidden dangers of the immigration scheme. The immigration, the undocumented, wanting to use them for green card schemes. So let me hope that you had a great day today. Come here. Why are those going to bed with you? Put them back. Say your prayer, go to bed. This is time for you to be off the floor. Sorry about that. I have to be a mother. Yeah, it's time for bed. She needs to start, relaxing, and instead of grabbing toy. Those things are for outside. So as I was saying, guys, I'm so sorry about that. But in seriousness, we look about and we listen to these people calling in and sharing their stories and putting down people and calling people out of their names, and some of them putting women down so badly. And I'm thinking, wow, I wonder if they had gotten the green card, if that's how they would be behaving. And I said before in some of the videos, we've got to be humble. We have to be humble, forge together and build relationships, build friendships, because we never know. You might get that green card, but then something goes wrong and you're going to need that person. So don't let it be a hateful situation. Don't let it be a hateful situation. And the people who are helping to give these green cards, whether it's a man or a woman, don't exploit it. Don't take it and make to become a money tree. You just shake it every time. Be reasonable. Be reasonable. Have a conscience. These same people one day to come might be the one giving you some needed blood transfusion to something, might be the one who'll be running up and down for you because you fall sick or you need them. Sometimes you get through, but your families are not going to be here right away. And so while they're there waiting to come, remember, you're going to need somebody. Especially if you're not strong with your reading capabilities, you are going to need somebody. So learn to be thankful, guys, and don't forget the kindness is done for you. You're looking for something and your back is against the wall knowing you know, you want to get out of it. You want to get out of it. But some of you are going about it the wrong way. Some of you are calling in and speaking so much against the woman that you're expecting to help you. And so you have to be careful. Some of you, I'm going to come back to talk about affidavit of support, because some of you are calling in and you're saying some things that are oblivious. It's like a green card. You get married and you just walk into immigration and here's your green card. Thank you for being, we can't wait to have you in America. Let us calm down. Let us understand. Instead of getting so heated and you know, you're walking around with these smartphones in your hand. Google something and get some information. Learn to be self-sufficient. Know what you're getting into and know what it is that is expected of you. It's not just getting married and go down, they call you for an interview and you go down. The people who are sponsoring you need to have the financial resources to support you so you do not become a ward of the country. You're not going to be dependent on on welfare or all these other federal. You see what they do with the federal government? They're slashing left, right, and center. Because they're saying too much money is being wasted. Young people sitting home, they have the kids, and all of a sudden, oh, my life is over. I can't work. I can't do anything. And some of you are running right into them, expecting them to give you a green card. How are they going to do it if they're not working? So you need to know what you're getting yourself into. It's not just, I need somebody who's an American. You can't find a Jamaican to help you. Why, the American, it's easier with them. And you're not doing your homework, your due diligence to understand how these things go. And this is what I said to people. Education is the key. And when I say education, I don't mean people need to go get degrees and all of that. But education, your basic reading skills. Listen, you know, a lot of people out there, you get excited for the stories, but I'm just giving you warnings so that what you're not reading for yourselves, you can understand that it's not easy. If it was easy, everybody would be walking around America with a green card. It's not easy. So you're looking for somebody to help you form relationships, communication, find people who you can reason with, who can laugh. You can have laugh out loud moments. People who are not expecting you to jump into bed with them, who are independent. Because if you find people who are weak, they're going to be leeches. They're going to be sucking on you. They're going to be holding on to you. You'll never get a chance to breathe. So find people who are independent, who are not stressed out and burdened down. Find people who will need some support, but not all the support. Find people who can have laugh out loud moments and go to church and sing a song and just find a good medium where there's laughter and there's fun, where you can live in the same space with them and you do your part and they doing their part for you. Because if somebody's filing a green card for you and they trust you enough to stay where they are, get up, cut the grass, get up, do those things to make the person feel like, yeah, you're not able to go out and work because you're not, or whatever work you're doing, a day's work here and there, But I like that he jumps around and he helps get things done. I like that he washes the car for me, or he goes and fill it up with the gasoline, or he goes and do the oil change for me. It's one hand washing the other. You see how when the two want to wash one another, how you can get in the fingers, you can wash. And you can wash with one hand just so you go do it and not get in the nitty-gritty areas. So get people like that. But tonight, as I said, I'm going to talk about the old people. How is it that, older people a lot of time gets caught up into these things? A lot of you guys, you're 20 years old and them do with woman 50 years old. It's very obvious you're looking for something, right? 30 years old, but you're there with people 60 something, so, and some of you might be genuine, but I know that 90% of you are not. You're just looking for a piece of paper. You're looking for that green card. You want better. And so these older people, because they feel lonely, they feel isolated. A lot of them, the children are not even picking up the phone to call to say, hey, how is your day? They're too busy. They don't have time to keep in touch and to make sure they're okay. So they feel this kind of, just feel so lonely. And so anybody who comes and say, hey, I love that dress you're wearing, already their heart feels good. Somebody likes me. And so those little things, a lot of the old people, they're seeking companionship. They want companionship. And because of this, they just quickly trust people who exploit those needs and for their social connection. People know. And so they say the right words and they say the right things and they you'll be there. Some people, even if they're married and they're living with a partner who is not talking to them or not interacting, it's just, you live with somebody but you're alone. And yes, when you find people to talk to, you just talk. You just want to talk. Because talking is good. I remember growing up with a grandmother who would go to the neighbor and they would talk for hours. And I grew up just like that. I'm so long-winded sometimes. Oh my God. But listen, but it's good, it's healthy. But the problem is when people are being exploited, when people want something from them and they pretend and they lie just to get it. A lot of these older people they don't even know, they're not aware of the exploitation tactics that these people are using. They take people genuine. Many older people are not familiar with the complexities of immigration laws, making them easy targets for manipulation. They may not fully understand the motives of the individuals who approach them, assuming they're entering into a genuine relationship. A lot of them have the sweet talk, the sweet touches, and these poor older people feel like, yes, they care. Oh, they care. And we sit and talk and I cook and he eats and he's so, and the next thing you know, they're caught up into things that they don't even understand. And they're thinking that people loves and care for them. In some cases, older individuals may have financial stability. A lot of older people, they might retire now, but they have a steady income coming in. They're living on a fixed income, but it's still an income compared to a lot of the young people out there who they have no work. All they're looking for is to go get the nails done, get the pedicure and the manicure and the lace wigs, and that's it for them. So they have nothing in the bank to sustain them. They don't have a steady job or a decent job. And so those of you looking green card, remember, these are some of the things that needs to be in place before you get latched on to people. Make sure they have a job, a decent job, and they're consistent and in going to work, that their work ethics are in place. So with these older people with the financial stability, a lot of people will go after them for this green card. Some of them, their monies might get up missing. They might be financially exploited. not realizing the potential for their resources to be drained before they toss them to the side like a used piece of tissue. So a lot of people, they're lonely, they're happy for somebody to talk with them, and the next thing you know, demands are being made or favors are being asked, and by the time you know, paying out this, paying out that, doing this, doing that, and when it's over and they get what they want and to go back to them, the baby mother, their Jamaica, wait, and what have you, and these old people are tossed away like a used tissue. So again, these older people, they don't know the red flags. They don't know. They see warning signs, but they're not even looking for that. They're not suspicious. They just take things as it is. They're out there, they're coming in, they want the green card, but they're still running around out there with all sorts of women. They're coming in and they oh, I love you so much. They're so in love. And they know it's not true. And so when these people are not aware of these things, they're not recognizing the warning signs of a relationship that is based on exploitation. They're not seeing it. They just know somebody is there. And so they're not thinking, oh, they're using them, such as a partner's lack of genuine interest or quick romantic advances. Make it, do the little things just to make it seem real, so when they go to immigration, they will get through, because, it's what it is. So poor old people, the old golden agers, when I say golden agers, the older, they're not aware of this. They're not looking at red flags. They're trusting and moving in and keep going. Again, after being manipulated, the psychological effect. But you have people who, they just want what they want. They don't care about the person they're using. They don't care what happens to them. They don't care about the mental anguish they go through because they were so trusting and expecting something, and then all of a sudden there's nothing. And after all their little monies are gone and all of these little things, then all of a sudden reality hits. And now they're left with nothing. So after being manipulated and dumped, older individuals often experience emotional distress, betrayal, and heartbreak, which can lead to depression and other mental health issues. But heartless people don't think about that. They just want for themselves. But as I go through this today, I was saying, but karma is a brute. And don't ever think when you use people and abuse them, and then you think that God is not listening. Don't let people cry tears for you. Don't let people, in their anguish, when you do bad things to them, and in their anguish, they cry out to God and shed tears, because believe me, it's not a good thing. Let people be quick to say, let them say good words about you, so you can flourish, and whatever you touch will prosper. Some of you touch, you do, boy, I don't know what, they must help me to worry, because everything me do, man, it's just like, I don't know. A lot of times because we hurt people, we use people and abuse people. We use them and abuse them, lie to them, and then a little bit of your medicine will come back to you at a moment when you think it not. A lot of times you see people flourishing, and then all of a sudden they wilter down, and sometimes you have to wonder. So, again, when older people is involved in a fraudulent green card marriage, they risk legal consequences, such as being investigated for immigration fraud. If the green card holder is abandoned or their immigration status is compromised, the older individual may become entangled in a legal battle that can damage your reputation and standing. A lot of these trusting people are people with good morals, good ethics. They go to church, they give back to their community, they lived, they served, some of them teachers, nurses, they worked hard and they gave back. And now somebody comes in a deceptive form and pretend and lie. and they get in, and then all of a sudden you go for that interview and they realize that this doesn't look right, and investigation start. You who are innocent to the whole thing, you are into it for like genuinely into it. You, of course, you're getting caught up into it as well. They're going to investigate you. And now all of this comes down on you, and people in your church start looking at you funny because you're there saying, we're married, and the other person is there, that's what you think. And then when it falls apart, again, some of this stuff can really hit hard. So, again, stress is a wicked thing. Stress can arise from being exploited, and it can take a serious toll, especially on the older people, on their physical health, leading to worsened chronic conditions or new health problems. Anxiety and depression caused by such traumatic experiences can affect sleep, appetite, and the whole well-being. So a lot of times it's hard when you go through some things, very hard to trust people again. And sometimes good people come and want to be part of your life. You don't want to hear it. You're done with everybody. So other individuals who fall victim to these schemes may find it, older individuals who fall victim to these schemes and scamming can find it harder to trust others, potentially isolating themselves further and becoming more vulnerable to future exploitations. So, one of the dangers of being alone in the face of immigration complexity, without a support system or trusted advisor, older individuals may not seek help or may hesitate to report suspicious behavior, allowing the exploitation to continue until it is too late. When people are devious and ugly in the heart, when they don't care about anybody but themselves, they will stop at nothing. They will stop at nothing. So guys, as you're out there and these things are going on, and yes, it's tough. And it becomes tougher. Maybe it was tough years ago, but we were not in, it wasn't all over social media. Social media makes things bigger than it really is. Because when everybody's talking about it, then it just seems so bad. Some people add some captions just to click for people to click on it, and the clickbaits make it even harder. And so this is not the first time there has been deportations, massive deportations, but because of social media, it intensifies it. It makes it seem worse than it really is. And so, yes, these people are aggressively out there doing what they do, but if social media wasn't kept bringing it, we wouldn't even see half of it, because the news is not going to waste time, certain news is not going to waste time to show you every little nitty-gritty. But when you have every channel, everybody talking about it, calling in, talking about it, writing about it, having talk shows in the mornings about it, then doing a video in the evenings about it. When you have it so much, then it makes it seem so worse. So 24 minutes over my 10 minutes. But tonight I just really wanted to highlight the older people who will become victims of these in these times, because everybody wants to be legal. Everybody wants an opportunity to work, to just do what they do, to support their families and to do what they have to do. As I said, nobody runs from good, but a lot of people who are running away are people who are, sometimes they struggle with the reading and the writing part of it, because people who, are able to hold good jobs, they're not running away. They're staying and building and enjoying their lives here and what they've built. And so sometimes the ones who run are the ones, as I said, you're listening to them and you listen that they're not thinking. They only know that they need a green card and they don't know the process, and they're not educating themselves about the process, and so they just think just grab an American citizen and get it done, and it's done. They don't have to have a job, they don't have to have anything, a bank account, they don't have to have much of anything. They just need, but you need stability, because the whole idea is that the affidavit of support will show that the person has a job. For two people, now come back and talk about the affidavit of support. There's a certain amount that for two people, you have to show that you're making that for the month. You have to show what you're making for the year that can sustain both of you in the country. And so let us understand everything before we go waste all our monies again and still get kicked out. My people, if you can't be good, be careful, walk good, do good, and live good. No man is an island, no man stands alone. As I said, prayer works. I don't know, but you see what's going on. You see it, as I said, social media has been bringing it left, right, and center. So it's not like all of us are walking around with smartphones in our hands, so we have access to all these things. But use the smartphone to know what you need to know. Use it. Don't just sit on it running your mouth and calling up to use it. Explore and look at immigration laws. How have they changed? How will it affect me? Not only you're going to have money for find a lawyer, which that's going to be the best thing for some of you, to have somebody who understand what they're doing to help you. But at the end of the day, all they can do is put in the papers and and there isn't much they can do. You still have to go sit down and do your interview. You still have to sit and do your interview. And nobody knows which questions exactly they're going to ask you. No one size fits all. So somebody might come out and say, yeah, they're going to ask you, what color sheet upon the bed, where you had for dinner, or where you go on your honeymoon. And when you go in there, nothing like that. They're going to ask you, how many kids? What's the oldest kid's name? What's the oldest kid's middle name? What are them favorite food? And you just sit down in limbo, because when they ask the next somebody on the other side, for them answer must match exactly with fear. So you have to know what you're doing, and if you're getting into it, get into it peacefully. Don't get caught up with the name calling and the put down and the things. Soft answers turneth away wrath. Sweet words, speak sweet words. Find them to speak them. And create a friendship. Create a friendship. You can't go into interview and mad at each other. Create a friendship. That means your interactions are going to be natural. They're not going to be fake and put on, but they're just going to be natural. The smile is going to be natural, automatic. All those little things, the body language, the way you look at each other, it will show. You sit down for an interview, tense, your body is going to go through stress, and the tensions will show. If you have nothing to worry about, so search good, get into good friendships, form friendships, before you sit there and just look for the green card, and you can't tolerate one another, and this a woman are wicked and wicked. Everybody talk about the woman, the more wicked and wicked. Me say, now you want to turn them for your green card. Think. Can't be good. Be careful. Walk good, do good, my son. All right, better work.